We need to make, when you're a rapper, you knew you were a writer. I don't know if kids, as a rapper, when you were a graffiti artist, you knew you were an artist.
Sure.
You weren't saying that like, you were like, I'm an artist and I do graffiti. I'm a poet and I write raps. You know what I mean? That's what it is. But nowadays, kids are rapping, but they don't know that means they poets. Kids like are writing on wall, but they don't know that they're artists. You know what I mean? So I think that we got to bring back the craft.
Well,
and I think that's the key thing to say, yo, you guys are actually creatives.
Sure.
That's what we got to bring back. You know what I mean? Because when I see all the kids today, I wonder whether these kids care about the craft.
No, they don't care about the craft. They care about the lifestyle. Because that's what I'm saying is that's what the culture has become. Because the culture's evolved. Because the era we come from, if you were whack, we're going to tell you whack. Right now, 80% of the stuff that's out is whack.
So are you saying that like part of the hip hop summit is basically to say, yo, let's get back to the craft?
It's to say, guys, this is what the culture is. This is the importance of the culture.
You see then. So my thing is that I want you to acknowledge one thing.
Yes.
Hip hop is not wrong. Now, there's a perception where people are chasing. It doesn't happen in hip hop also. Even in politics, it happens where people go in for the wrong reasons. You can't say politics is a problem because people want like big Mercedes Benzes and they want 8 wives. You can't say politics is a problem.
Hey man,
you
which
say
people are those man with 8 wives? Man?
I don't know.
Hey man, hey man,
listen.
Hey man.
But exactly, but you can't say politics are the problem. You gotta say though, but we gotta use politics to bring the enlightenment and what is, and that's the same thing with hip hop. Right now, hip hop is not the problem. Hip hop has helped us. It's helped a lot of kids. And the truth of the matter is that.
But it also destroyed a lot of kids.
Wait.
Okay.
No, it can't do two things in one time.
These are facts though. Kids is hanging themselves. Rappers are hanging themselves. Hip-hop right now is going through a depression.
Because why?
Because kids is hanging themselves because the guy's been rapping for 10 years and he's been the illest in his mind and his friends say he's the illest, and then Casper comes out and fills up the dome. You know what I'm saying?
So what you
and then he's like,
Casper, Casper's been struggling in his own right.
True, but you must understand, once again, no one says, let's look at Casper's trail. No one says, which is the same thing in overseas. Everyone wants to be Jay-Z's, but no one has researched what Jay-Z has done from 0 to 100. Everyone wants to be Casper's. They don't know why Casper went through it from 0 to 100, Now everyone is seeing Casper when he's filling up the dome. Now, and he's getting airplay all over the show. Yeah. But now that old school rapper who's just like, yo, but I'm better than this kid. My rhymes are better, blah, 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 blah. He's now at home. He's got 3 kids. He's living back room with moms. He's got no job. He's soon turning 40.
But that's not only in hip hop though. There's someone who's saying, you imagine like you literally like from Coke, I started my own party.
I know. Let's omit that one.
But I'm using
who
politics.
From Coke? Who?
I'm just saying.
This guy.
Imagine. Let's just say you ACDP. I've been a Christian all my life. And we ain't gonna get the traction. We never gonna win. All I'm just trying to say when I use those examples is that in everything, there are people who feel that they deserve.
True.
And we cannot blame the culture for that. These are people who have a certain expectation. But what the culture can do is try and manage people's expectations. And that's what you need to do with the Hip Hop Summit, in my opinion. Manage expectations. But it's not hip hop's fault. Because if that was hip hop's fault, it goes the same for guys who work in big corporate companies and the company just loses all its money.
But all those things are not a vehicle. See, that's the beauty about this thing. It's so complex because it's a vehicle. Hip hop is a vehicle.
But wait.
We sitting here. We sitting here. Because of hip hop. I met you at your house donkey years ago because of hip hop.
But you know what? Woisnak and that other Apple guy who passed away, Charles, they met because of machines, because of software, because of computers.
Yes.
They feel that's a movement also. It impacts them. They've got a whole Silicon Valley for it. So what I'm trying
that's
to
good
say
for them because I'm not in their world. I'm in the hip hop world. And my hip hop world
now I'm gonna have a live summit for you.
Okay.
Because you cannot think that you're the only world. You can learn from other worlds.
No,
also.
true.
And what I'm trying to say to you is that this problem that you're saying with these hip hop kids is not only with hip hop. It's in business. It's in the computer guys think they have a movement.
It's life in general.
It's life in general.
Life is hard.
So let's not blame the apple from the computer. Let's not blame the politics. Because when you say hip hop, all people watch it and go, "Verily hip hop." Hip hop does a lot of good, but it's individuals.
It does a lot of bad. Why won't you accept the bad though?
I disagree. No, hip hop doesn't do bad. Hip hop just does good.
Well, okay, the individuals in it, the individuals in the culture do bad.
No,
is that what we should? Is that how we should maybe?
But it's a piece of art, though. It's a piece of art. You're saying a piece of art and a craft which is called hip hop, is doing bad. It's how people engage. It's like a gun. A gun literally, listen. It's how people engage with the craft. So if the hip hop summit is gonna manage expectations, is gonna show you that it's a win-lose. You can win, but always have a plan B. Blah blah. I agree.
Yes.
But if you literally come here and you go, hip hop has done a lot of bad.
No.
People's expectations have made hip hop do a lot of bad.
But you see, that's where you're mistaken. You're mistaken in my statement, because that's what I said is that hip hop has done a lot of good, and hip hop has done a lot of bad. But the thing is, no one ever tries to look at those bad. No one ever tries to look at the amount of junkies we've got from the culture.
Are you saying it's because of hip hop though?
It's the influence of hip hop. That's a fact.
My nigga, let me tell you something. I'll tell you one thing. So Osmic,
can I ask you to do something in this video when you edit it? Can I ask you something?
Let me tell you.
Okay, yeah. Sure.
And it looked before hip hop was even anything.
Yeah.
Niggas were already on drugs, Mati. Niggas were already on drugs without hip hop. And that has nothing to do with the music. That's because there's also in life, when you're in the hood and you don't have the hope that you can be anything, and you feel you've been going in the same circle, there's a hopelessness. And it so happened that like right now the biggest culture that these kids are in music, that these kids are engaging with, is hip-hop. But in the ghetto, as black individuals, it will always be a thing where people reach a ceiling, they get depressed. And when they get depressed, it either leads to drugs, it either leads to robbing, it either leads to that. If you're going to say it's hip-hop's fault, Maji, I disagree with you. I'm gonna be tabby soul.
No.
Hip hop style on your ass, nigga.
No. But you see, that's your needle is almost going off mark, because I'm saying to you, I do agree that yes, life in general, these are certain influence. Yes, I come from deep Soweto. My hood is probably hectic than your hood. Trust you me.
I don't disagree. Yeah.
But my thing is, what I'm trying to tell you is, the mere fact that my observation with looking at all these different generations of rappers, graffiti kids, b-boys, whatever it may be, the thing that I keep seeing a lot is that because of you look at I'll give you a quick scenario in the graffiti world. It's the one that hip-hop always discards, the graffiti world. And in hip-hop, graffiti came first, right? Good. So there was an era where when we were on the come up, we were all learning from Khocha, block letters, the whole words, right? And then there was a scene where we call it the London bullshit scene, where the London graffiti scene was about destroying trains. Yes, we used to paint trains. Yes, we used to, try, because what our graffiti was about, making beautiful, pretty pictures, yes, take up the place. But when the London stuff came, there was a DVD called Dirty Handz, you can maybe reference it in this video, where their whole thing, or their whole persona was about fuck shit up. So they'll literally break windows, take out the chairs, and like fuck shit up. And when the shit hit here, when the DVD hit here, it was a disaster, because that's when every kid was tearing up churches, was fucking up everything. But for the mere fact that these are kids that listen to hip hop, they looked at this DVD that was hip hop influence and said, "Oh shit, that's the way we should do it," So we cannot escape. We cannot say things like that don't happen within the culture. Yes, there's other ones that saw pretty pictures and went and painted flowers, But there's also those ones that went and saw a train being destroyed and guys pulling up guns and
how about human discretion?
Yeah.
And that comes with how you've been raised. Human discretion. Oh, I watched that DVD. Don't know if I was doing some crazy shit.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know. It's human discretion. That means that if you were going to be influenced by that,
Yeah.
anything else was going to influence you.
But no,
You can't just say that means that as a kid,
But you
as
must
the
understand,
type
though.
of kid would be influenced by that. If there was anything, even if it wasn't hip hop, but you were into it, it would have influenced you negatively because you that type of
but
person.
that's where
though.
peer pressure comes in, because your peers are doing it.
The people are
Come
not,
on,
people
you
are
jumped
not
into
great.
hip hop because of your peers. That's peer pressure. Your peers, you guys,
MC
your peers,
Hammer wasn't my
you know.
peer.
And man, that's a whack reference, man. Hey, man, that's a whack reference, man.
I got into it because
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's peer pressure. But your peer pressure was in a positive light. But there's also a peer pressure in a negative way. So my thing is,
Okay, so-
we cannot
okay.
cannot separate these two because
Okay.
they exist on the same table.
Let me ask you. So there's a peer pressure. Some people's first interface with hip hop is from a negative perspective, and the problem is that it creates a snowball effect of
True.
negativity. Okay, I'm with you there.
Thank you.
The reason why you want the hip hop summit is because you want to say, hey, listen.
One of the reasons.
One of the reasons is that we don't want to literally like just say, yo, there's this negativity. This is really what it is. There's actually so much power and empowerment
Yes.
in it.
Yes.
And that's what we're trying to say.
Yes.
Okay. If you put it that way, then maybe the negativity that a lot of people have interfaced first with hip hop
Yes.
has caused a lot of problems.
Big
because
problems.
of the negativity they've interfaced first. Okay, I agree with you.
Thank you.
I
If this hip hop thing goes sideways, you also go sideways. You live off the culture.
mean,
You gotta go
listen.
type a CV.
Hey man, listen.
And you're not trying to type a CV, do you?
No, I mean,
You're not trying to wear a suit and go there and be in the waiting room and they say your turn.
Nah,
I'm not trying to do that same, you know?
Alright.
I'm sure KO's not trying to do that. I'm sure all these rappers are not trying to do that.
Alright.
But the only way for that not to happen is to, converge under this roof, and because the long term of it is to get to a point where we start even inviting, lawmakers, all these church leaders, all these, I mean, imagine if hip hop started becoming a part of, some form of syllabus in school. But the positive
Suburbs
side
of
of it,
hip-hop, yeah.
which is what's happening
In the world,
in the
yeah.
States,
Yeah,
there's few homies that literally their job is to teach. I mean, I was listening to where he was
Nas,
out here,
yeah.
not even, what's his name, the producer,
Ninth
Ninth Wonder. You know what I'm saying? Some of these work, and I'm like, we can do that, but we can't do that if we're not showing society the power of this thing, because I can see the power of this thing. You can see the power of this thing. Hence, you've got video cameras out and you've got your site,
Yeah,
But some kid is saying, yeah, I know, but what, drinking lean and saying, fuck these girls, and then putting your pants under, like, we don't even sag our pants anymore because it was like, that's like the 90s thing, you know what I'm saying?
Look, I'm gonna let the kids do what they do. We smoked weed, I'm gonna let the kids smoke lean. I'm gonna let the kids drop their pants.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let the kids be basic. I'm gonna let them be, because I say hip hop is exactly what the kids are.
True.
But they will overcome, And I also don't want to be left so far behind in my thinking and what I understood of hip hop, because I also found hip hop.
Yeah.
And it will evolve, and if kids are a certain way, then yes. But like now, when you go, kids are committing suicide,
Sure.
kids are this, blah blah, then maybe then there has to be a nigga.
Sure.
I want these kids that are with lean, blah blah. I want to go, can you work? Can you rap though? Can you rap though? Can you know
Yeah.
what I mean? I mean, I see you got the swag, but can you rap though?
Yeah.
You know what I
Half
mean?
of them can't rap, but that's their problem.
All
But
right.
for me, I can't let them be. So, because I feel I'm in a position of influence. I'm in a position to say to them, you need to understand that when you do A, this is the result. The result is Z.
Aye.
Because so hence these things must happen. Hence I'll pop up money to make this thing happen, and it's a shit lots of money that I don't have to put in. But
Talking about that,
Yeah.
I'm gonna cut you now because we going over time. Give me a date. How much is it for people to come in? Your speakers
yeah,
and it's just going.
all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So the summit is on the 17th of September, which is this coming Saturday. I don't know where the video is going to drop.
Shit, nigga.
It better drop before Friday so that I'll take it and I'll put some airtime onto it as well.
Alright, Cool.
right? It will be
See
on
the niggas
museum.
entrepreneur.
Nah, never
Spend
that,
on
man.
Spend on our shit.
It's happening from 10 in the morning until 5 o'clock at Museum Africa in Newtown,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, if you're seeing it this week, the tickets are already gone. It took 2 days for 250 tickets to go.
Oh wow.
What that means is these kids want to hear what we have to say.
Alright.
That's what it means. We've got a panel of about 20 speakers. I think you're one of the speakers, yeah?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
And it's just interesting people. I mean, you can also read a little bit more about what the point of the summit is. On the site is www.sahiphopsummit.com. I'm going to say it again. I'm hoping when he edits, you know, www.sahiphop. You must write it here. You must write it here. Put a strap. www.sahiphopsummit.com.
That nigga gonna say he never saw it.
He never saw it. Now, I know where he lives, so I'll come after him, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, and I urge people to go on, man, and I urge people to. There's a part on the site where it says knowledge. We're starting to put like documentaries, because the problem is a lot of people are jumping into the culture without reference, and it can be dangerous, you know.
Yeah.
So there's another interesting documentary. We're speaking about drugs and suicide. It's a documentary from the States. It's called It's called Hip Hop the Crack Years or something like that. You know, where it just talks about, you know, the culture and drugs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But there's also a positive one that will show you people like your Russell Simmons. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and we urge people, man, to go on, click there. If you jumped in, if your reference of hip hop was like Lil Wayne, we urge you to go there to the site. It's for you. And click on the part where it says knowledge, and, you know, read up a little bit, you know, watch his documentary, because the most powerful thing you can do for yourself as a human being is to educate yourself, and educate, you know, yourself in terms of, you know, the path and the direction you're trying to go to.
Alright. Yo, shout out to Wayne. He got problems with Birdman. He don't need this nigga to add those problems. Yo,
But
make
see,
sure
he
you at
didn't
the Hip Hop
see. He
Summit.
didn't.
We'll
He
be
didn't
out
watch the
there.
other documentaries
We'll be
before
out
him.
there. We'll be out here. He never watched the business documentary.
He never watched the business documentaries
Yo,
that came
don't be
before
like Wayne.
him.
Don't be like Wayne then. Don't be like Wayne. Yo, shout out. It's like the essay hip hop
Summit, not awards.
happening this Saturday with the homeboy Osmic, the #1 entrepreneur. He gonna make it happen even though they've lost the city of Joburg. Herman, speak to him. Speak to him. Peace.
Herman, Hermes. Herman,
Man, you my
Hermes.
man.
Cop your Hermes.